ADW volunteers, we are going through the protocols of coming to the puppy studio to do the puppy sitting. And we have Xenia here reading the protocols after she already washed her hands, removed her shoes, and is now over here. If Franny was in the room, she would have said hello to Franny. So she's going through the protocols, and then she also needs to read the daily log to make sure to see what's going on there. Yep, the notebook. And that way you have a thorough idea of what went on today for Franny and the puppies. Then after you read the protocols, you should walk over here to the feeding board. You want to read all of the feeding instructions. And then you want to walk all the way to the refrigerator, not the kitchen, but the refrigerator. Just to make sure that there isn't a bowl of food sitting in here already prepped. So, lo and behold, there is a bowl of food already prepped for her. It's helpful if everybody can leave notes as to how much food is left in the bowl that you're leaving. And that way I have, on camera, I have a good idea of actually how much food Franny's eaten. With this many puppies at this age, it's really important that she's eating as much as possible, and so that she's producing enough milk for all of these guys. So after you've done that, then you can come over and say hi to the puppies. Please check the nursing log to see when puppies last nursed. If they have not nursed in the last 2 hours, the puppies need to nurse for roughly about 20 minutes. Just tell mama to go in and nurse her puppies. If she needs some encouragement, you can use a treat to get her into the nursing box and then block the entrance/exit with your body and just hang out there and pet her while she nurses her puppies. At this age, it is important that the pups are not stimulated too much throughout the day. Let mom go into the nursing box and see if all the puppies find their way to her nipples. If you see that someone is sleeping, you can wake them up by gently picking them up and placing them on one of the nipples. If you notice that a pup has missed the opportunity to hit the milk bar, you can have mom lay outside of the whelping box, place a towel underneath her nipples, and place the individual puppy, or maybe 2 or 3 puppies, on her while she's outside of the box. Sometimes the mama is too hot in the box with her puppies, so this is ideal for both her and them when the puppies are hungry. The puppies cannot urinate or defecate on their own. They have to be stimulated by mom. So she licks them, and then they will pee or poop. If you have a puppy that is crying and has already eaten, you can try to help mom relieve the puppy by holding the puppy in front of her face. Mom will most likely clean her puppies herself, but if you see that she looks a little stressed because maybe she is nursing and can't reach a puppy that is walking away or crawling away, then grab the puppy and gently hold it in front of mom so that she can clean them up. The puppies cannot control their own body temperature until they are 2 weeks old. If they are too hot, they will be cruising around underneath the pig rail on the edges of the whelping box and oftentimes crying. If they seem to not be able to get settled, you can grab a baking sheet and place the puppy on top of it. If the puppy is still crying or moves off the baking sheet, then they are not hot. There is something else wrong. If puppies are too cold, they will be huddled in a puppy pile. Indicated rice. So I'm going to take my rice, and I really don't want to take the whole pot of meat, but I will. And our big pot of meat. scoop in. She already has the 2 cups of kibble in here, so then I'm just gonna add my 2 cups of meat. And a little 1/2 cup of rice. And depending on the consistency of the meat, this meat is pretty thick, so I'll add a little bit of water to it. And then I'm gonna stir it with a spoon or a fork. We'll just pretend like we put some water in there. All right. Now, if Franny didn't eat this, or if she ate half of it, what you can do for the next person is you can actually come back and measure it to see how much is left. That really is the most helpful way of doing it so that the next person doesn't have to do it. And hopefully when you come, they will have done that same for you. Dog first aid kits are located under the counter to the left of the sink. The canine first aid kit is pretty well labeled, and the human first aid kit is in this blue little pack here. There are also a few things up here, not much for human use, but there is some peroxide in the event of some kind of an emergency, but mostly we would just like you to call me if there's a problem. The emergency contact list, if you are in a panic and your phone isn't working, you can come right over here. You can also just take this off of the wall. You can come into the bedroom and you can use the phone here on the desk. So it's just like a regular hotel phone. You have to dial 9 to get out, and it does say on top of here what to do. Pick up the phone and then call whoever you need. So if we're gonna take Franny for a walk, hey Franny, do you want to go for a walk? She actually looks like she's hungry right now, but for the purposes of this video, her leash and her collar live over here. You can, whichever you're really more comfortable with. She would probably prefer the long leash because she can do more smelling and just a little bit more exploration outside of the studio. But if you are uncomfortable with the flexi lead, you can use a regular leash. We always remove her collar when she comes back in, and poop bags are located here. Always bring an extra poop bag. She poops a lot. So then we're going to come back. Depending on what door you're going to go out, you can go out this way. But if you want to go out on the back side, it's helpful if you pick up your shoes and you spray them with this. It's just a bleach mix. It's just a precaution. Just an added precaution. So then over here, I'm going to put my shoes on outside, and I'm going to take her for a walk. And she can walk around on the grass out here, and she can poop and pee out here. She cannot poop and pee on the medicine wheel, which is the labyrinth-looking thing over in the middle of the property. It is important that all of the activities that took place during your shift are documented in the daily log. Please also look in the volunteer protocol binder to check and see when the next volunteer is coming in. If you are suspicious that a volunteer is going to be late or they are running late, please call them to find out where they are. The information regarding the volunteers is in the back pocket of the volunteer binder, and the schedule is in the front pocket of the volunteer binder. Thank you for volunteering to sit with our lovely puppies. Your volunteering is vital to this process. It always takes a village to raise a child. Well, it certainly takes a village to raise some puppies.